to show you my daily makeup routine. Oh, hi Molly. Molly's making a little appearance behind me here. So I've already done my hair and I also have done my skincare routine. My next step is my concealer, my under eye concealer, which is very important for a new mom when you don't get any sleep. So what I love to use is the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light, and I use the Luminous 1, which is like the lightest shade ever because I have very fair skin. And when I apply this, I love it because it has a nice little wand that I can use, which makes it very easy to apply. So I start at the inner crease of the eye, and I just apply it, stroking it out to the sides, and I apply it down a little bit into the cheek as well. This will just brighten up the whole eye area and make it look much better than it does now. So again, starting at the crease, bringing it across, bringing it down into the cheek a little bit. After I've applied it, I just use my fingertip and gently rub it in, sort of mesh it with the rest of my skin so that it looks more natural. Next step is my foundation, and I've started using the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation, which is their only liquid foundation, and I actually really love it. So you only need like a few drops, which means that this foundation will last you a very long time. So what I do is I get my brush and I just drop 3 tiny little drops onto the tip of the brush. Not much at all, that's all you need. So you start at the center of your face and I just stroke the liquid. Ooh, got a hair on my face here, get it off. You just stroke the liquid and apply it starting at the center of the face. And once I sort of have it applied across the face a little bit, I start to blend it in. And this brush is really great for blending. Just very light strokes. But you want to try to blend it all the way up to the hairline so that you don't end up with like a mask looking face. You want it all to be blended in and look very natural, which is my goal at least, to look very natural. So you just buffer and blend till it's all smoothed in, and you want to get a little bit underneath the chin and the neck. You definitely don't want to look again like you're wearing a mask and like your face is a different color than your neck. I can't stand that when that happens, so you want to blend it all the way down. Next step is to apply my bronzer, and as you may have seen in a previous blog post, I've started trying the Too Faced bronzer. This is just sort of a tester size. Today I'm going to use the Sun Bunny, which is the natural bronzer, and I really love it. It smells really great, and it has a two-toned color here, a little bit of a highlighter and then a bronzer, and so I just sweep my brush over it, and then I ding off the extra powder so that I don't feel like it's caked on, and then I just apply it right underneath the cheekbone, and this way you get a nice definition of the cheekbone, but again you don't look like you just came from the tanning bed. It's very natural looking. I'll do the same thing to the other side. And then I try to blend it in underneath the neck a little bit. Again, so that it just keeps it very natural. I brush a little bit on my nose and I go up to the temples. I end up usually just sweeping all across the face a little bit just to keep it all blended. We don't want any harsh lines. Now that I've used my bronzer, I'm going to just apply a tiny little bit of blush. I find the dogs will not stop barking. This is my life. So, as I was trying to say, once I've applied my bronzer, I apply a little bit of blush, and this just, I feel like, brings a little bit of life to my face, especially on those days when I'm very tired. I use the Bare Minerals Natural High blush, which I really like. And it's very similar to some of the MAC blushes, but it's actually a little bit more affordable, which is why I went for it. But I do really like the MAC blushes as well. So I just apply it to my brush, and again, I just sort of ding off the extra powder just so that it's not too much. And I just go at the very top of the cheekbone, just a little application here. Whoop, got my hair in my face. And I just feel like it brings a little bit of cheer to the face, a little bit of extra life. I definitely don't want to look dead. I want to look like I'm here and alive and well. So I think the blush helps with that. Once the face is done, I move on to my eyes. And right now my favorite eye palette, or one of my favorite eye palettes, is this MAC eye palette here. This is called the Brown Luxe Volux Pearl Fusion Shadow Palette. And it's really, really lovely. It's the light shade, sort of a crease shade, and then I have 3 different shimmering options which I like to use to accent the crease in the corners a little bit. So I always start with the lightest shade at the very top, and I just apply it to my eye blending brush. So I take it all the way from the lash line and I apply it all the way up to the brow line. Brow line. Brow. It's your brow. Once we have the lightest shade applied, I then apply the second shade, which is just a very light brown. It goes right in the crease, and I start at the outside and work my way in. You never want to start in the inside and work your way out. Start outside, work in, because you don't actually want to go all the way in to the inner corner of your eye. So again, I just tap, tap, tap. Start at the outside and blend my way in. You just follow the shape of your eye. Great, once that's done, you can pick, or I pick, any of the 3 glitters at the bottom to just add a little bit of extra color and a little bit of extra accent. And today I'm going to go with the greenish one, which is the second from the bottom. It goes very well with my green eyes, and I have a date tonight with my husband, so I want to look a little extra special tonight. So this might be a little more color than I usually wear, but I just thought, I'm putting makeup on now, I might not get another chance later to spruce it up, so I'm going to spruce it up now. So for the shimmery powder, I just dab my brush on the top very lightly to get a little bit of the glitter, and then I tap it off, the excess off, just using my hand to make sure that there's not a lot on there, because I definitely don't want caked glitter on my eyes. I just want a little hint of a shimmer. I then take it to the outer edge of my eye and very, very lightly tap the color onto the outer corner. It just gives the hint of the green, but nothing too bold at all. I don't want anything bold. So once I've applied the green glitter to shimmer, I guess it's not really glitter, it's shimmer, to the edges of my eyes, I go back to the very top here and I reapply the lightest shade, very light layer, across the entire eyelid. I find that this just helps blend everything together, make it look a little bit more flawless. If there are any sharp edges, I just blend it all in. Great, so that's my eyeshadow. Next step is my eyeliner. For this look, I like to use a brown liner, and so the only brown liner that I own is the Buxom Inside Eyeliner, and the color is Chocolate Citrine right here. I'll say this is not my favorite eyeliner. It does a great job. It's not my favorite though. It doesn't have the most luxurious glide on, which is important to me, but it works, and for now, it's all I have. I start at the inner corner of the eye, and I just follow my lash line all the way down. And I do smaller, quicker strokes because I do not have a steady hand, and I don't know anyone who does have a steady hand to just go and be able to do like that sound effect, just to be able to go all the way across. So I find, just like in art class that I learned, if you want to draw a straighter line, you just kind of hash along your way down. That's what I do along my eye. Don't really know if that's the technical way to do it, but that's how I do it, and it works for me. So maybe it would work for you. And this just takes a few minutes of perfecting. I always want to make sure that both eyes have the same thickness of eyeliner, that one eye doesn't have a darker, thicker line than the other, and then I start at the same place and end the same place on both eyes. So again, just a little bit of time sort of zhuzhing it up. Once the upper eye is done and lined, I use the same liner and I just very gently outline the outside corner of the bottom lid, right underneath the lash line. Final step is mascara. And I've been using the They're Real Benefit Mascara, which I really do love. Here it is, not upside down. I always curl the tips of my lashes just a little bit before I apply. And after the mascara is done, I just have a little bit of lip to apply. And I never wear lipstick. I'm a gloss girl, but I've been trying these melted liquid lipsticks. And this color is the Melted Peony. And again, I'm new to lipstick. I don't really know if I'm using it right or not, but I've been giving it a little bit of a try, and I go very light with the application. I squeeze some so that there's some right at the applicator, and then I just lightly dab it around, like 3 little dabs on the top lip and the bottom lip, and then I use the tip of my finger to blend it in. And that just gives a little tint to my lips. And once that's done, since I am a gloss girl and I like to have a very glossy finish, I use my favorite gloss, which is the Clinique Long Last Glosswear. I really love it, and it is empty. Like, I'm literally scraping the bottoms and the edges to get some off. Once I finally scrape some onto the applicator, I just lightly run it over. And that's it. That's my final look.